Welcome to the Week 4 edition of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Voisin, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy. And boy, this has been a tricky one. On the radio, I believe we still have Catholic High and East Ascension as they are in the fourth quarter late in that ball game. So our radio audience will be joining us a little late tonight. But thanks so much for everyone tuning in on CST and our YouTube channel. We appreciate delays, rain delays on top of everything else. 2020 strikes again, fellas.
Yes.
It's just a crazy night up here trying to get these scores and delays, find out who's postponed, who's canceled. Some games are just starting. Zachary just kicked off in their game. They scored on their first play from about 40-something yards for a touchdown. Central just went ahead of Denham Springs 14-7. Big finish down in Lutcher area. St. James wins 17-14. I think Lutcher missed a field goal with 38, with like 4 seconds left and 38 yards to tie it. Just a good night of football. Crazy.
Good night to play on Thursday night.
Absolutely.
You know, it is crazy. I mean, you've dealt literally with almost everything you could possibly think about and some this football season, from not playing to COVID to not one but two hurricanes to now this. I mean, and this is crazier than a lot of rain delays that we run into.
And we knew weather was coming in, right? We talked about it on the pregame show. We knew some weather was coming in. We had no anticipation of it being this bad. Now, I didn't watch the weather channel today, but, you know, what little bit I saw was just, you know, a little shower here and there. But, man, when it came,
it didn't leave.
It didn't leave. No, it was bad.
The game we were or still on the air on the radio side of things. Catholic well in control in that one late in the fourth quarter against East Ascension. I got a text from Dixon McMakin saying that in the pregame show I had said this was a pretty even matchup. He fed that information to the team. They wanted to prove me wrong. So fair enough.
I had thought I had predicted Catholic by about 3 touchdowns. What's the score right now?
I believe it was 21.
Well,
21. And that's what
EA lost their starting quarterback early on in this game.
Really? Well, they've been playing too. Which one did they lose?
Not done.
35?
Not
Done played.
Done played. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. His arm was in a sling, according to reports early in that ball game. So tough one for East Ascension on that front. Real quick, we can go over a couple of the scores. We're still getting everything in from Thursday night action, as we mentioned.
And a lot of postponed until tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
Some even
Sunday.
till later tonight.
Yep.
If we still have the Zachary game being played.
Zachary just kicked off, and they scored on their first play, 7-0.
Late night football for Coach Brew. Ascension Catholic over White Castle, 64-22. Bell Chase over Franklinton, 35-7. It was Bolton over Delhi Charter, 58-0.
I thought Delhi Charter would at least score within 60.
I bet you did.
Bird over Parkway, 42-7. Bruley over Baker, 56-6. East St. John, 43. Helen Cox, 19. Episcopal, another big score this week, 50-14 over Capital. H.L. Bourgeois over Central Lafourche, who is now, I believe, 0-4, 34-6. Curtis over Shaw, 33-7. John Arrett over Bonneville, 48-14. A team you guys are very fond of, Lake Charles College Prep, 73-0 over Westlake, but not just that score. They've really played well all season so far.
You would think, I think they were strong before the Hurricanes, meaning I don't think they got a lot of guys from Sam. I'm sure they got a few from Sam Houston and Barb. They were strong prior to the Hurricanes, and, they're just as strong now.
It's been a team that's been, you could watch them. They've only been in existence, just 3 years maybe? But you could see them every year getting more and more athletes, better and better. And
Freddie Harrison?
They're building a good little program over there.
I think Freddie Harrison is their head coach. If I'm not mistaken, I could be, but it wouldn't be the first time. But, there was is Holy Cross Warren Easton tonight?
Tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. Okay. Did it get postponed, or was it already scheduled for tomorrow?
It was scheduled tomorrow. I think Jesuit Brother Martin's also tomorrow. And then, and then St. Aug.
Port Allen, East Feliciana.
Oh, here it is,
tomorrow.
right here.
Yep.
Jesuit St. August Sunday, Rummel and Brother Martin is Saturday, and Holy Cross and Warren Easton is Saturday.
Hats off again. You know, we don't talk about these guys enough, but the officials, you know, they are doing one heck of a job all around the state to also make sure these games get played. You know, he talked about the coaches doing, but I mean, the officials, the parents, the administrators, you got to take your hats off to all of them, really.
And so far this year, and you may be a little different, Todd, I haven't heard of any drama. And a lot of times with the officials and the coaches, you hear a lot of drama with how bad the officials are. I haven't heard any of that this year.
You're more of a drama guy than I, but I don't kind of put up with that anyway.
Right. Zachary goes up 14-0.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, Central.
Well, we were talking in the delay portion of Catholic's broadcast tonight. Was it that you had said we were talking with Troy LaBeouf, Ascension Catholic had 42 points in the first quarter. How did that happen?
Craziest game. I didn't see it, but obviously, you know, we watch a lot of football and are fortunate enough to go to a lot of footballs. But it was all about special teams. Casey Mays opens up the game with a 97-yard kickoff return. He has an 85-yard kickoff return, both of those for touchdown. Kaya Prian, I guess that's how you say it, 2 touchdown punt returns, 49 and 57 yards. They get a 40-yard interception return. Ascension Catholic had ran one play in the first quarter and was up 42-7.
Talk about efficient, huh?
And look, and what was fun,
offensive efficiency.
What was funny about it, the one play they ran, talking with Troy LaBeouf earlier, they fumbled and White Castle scored on it.
2020 strikes again.
Yeah, what do you do? How do you go at halftime if you're Benny Sayans and critique
your offense?
What happened there? Yeah, come on, guys.
It's easy to fix that one play.
Right. Maybe locally, the surprise here for us was Woodlawn over Dutchtown, 26-24. We had a chance to talk with Coach Randall earlier on, so we'll put that on demand at 1045ESPN.com. A good win for his squad, a tough loss for Coach Mastretta over there.
Yeah, and you know, Woodlawn has gone through a lot, and you know, with the COVID, and you know, what's crazy is they played Carroll last week, and I think Carroll now is on COVID. They're 14 days on quarantine. So they're close to really –
to not even playing. And they played that game Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday they played. But, you know, Dutchtown was up 20-7 in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on to the lead, got a big
that article wasn't right. It was actually 17-6 because they scored to go up 24-12. Okay. So – you didn't follow my tweets? That hurts my feelings.
I did, but I did follow.
Yeah, I saw him put that in there, and I don't know how he got to 20 because it was 24, right?
Gotcha.
So, yeah, but
Clayton Adams had a big return.
Yep.
Clayton Adams, 73-yard punt return with about 2:30 left, I think it was, 2:36 somewhere.
Yeah.
And you know, Dutchtown had an opportunity. They go down and get inside the red zone or around the red zone with a chance to get the win, but people talked about Woodlawn last year. They were really, really young, and in all the preseason things, the coaches in the district knew that they were a sleeper team. They were going to be much improved. They're a year older. They got a couple transfers in that's helped, and it still surprised me, but then again, it doesn't surprise me.
Well, and if you talk to the coaches at Dutchtown, they let one get away. I mean, it's but what I tweeted last night that it was 24-24, and Woodlawn chose to go for 2. And I had a guy, I want to read his quote. It was pretty funny. It's Kevin Clement. He says to me, he said, coming home, he said, it was tied 24-24, and they went for 2. I said, yeah, the first 2 kicks were missed. He sent back, coming home 2 years ago, car in front of me gets in an accident. I get out and help because I could see that they were scared young kids. All had Woodlawn soccer unis. They got a soccer program. Grab a kicker from there.
You say that. You
I
think about the Barnes brothers that has kicked they're going to end up kicking for about like 8 years straight at Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
They have had kickers in the past. But
Incredible ones.
Incredible. Both of them at Louisiana Tech. And some of the best kickers to ever, not the best, but some of the best to ever come out of Louisiana Tech.
He's Jimmy Roy, along with Coach Todd Black, Cade Voisin here on this Week 4 edition, our 4th show. Not sure what week it is in the season, to be honest, but it is our 4th show here, 4th week of our show on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard. When we get back, we'll gather up as many scores as we can from Acadiana, North and Central Louisiana, down in the bayou, out in New Orleans and North Shore, and get those to you. And then our radio audience will join us as soon as Catholic High and East Ascension go final. So 30 seconds left in that ball game, and then our radio audience will be joining us probably right after this timeout here on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, you can get into a 2020 Highlander for $4,500 off MSRP. That's right, $4,500 off MSRP. Hurry in, they won't last long. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
St. James defeats Lutcher 17-14. East Feliciana and Port Allen have been rescheduled to tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Northeast and Dunham have been canceled. West Feliciana and Parkview have been rescheduled for tomorrow at 11 a.m.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Breaux Bridge 6, Cecilia 0, Eunice 27, Rain 20. Jennings defeats St. Louis Catholic 64-28. And Church Point defeats Iota 21-15. Lake Charles College Prep shuts out Westlake 73-0. St. Ed, point better than Natchitoches Central 35-34. Lauraville Catholic New Iberia playing tomorrow 2 o'clock.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Destrehan all over Terrebonne 63-7. De La Salle shuts out St. Charles 21-0. Hanville over Thibodaux 64-35. Newman blanks St. Thomas Aquinas 48-0. Assumption over South Terrebonne 40-22. Warren Easton and Holy Cross play tomorrow night at 7. West St. John and Salmon tomorrow at 2 p.m. Country Day all over St. Martin 62-20. And Patterson and Berwick tomorrow at 11 a.m.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Captain Shreve, a field goal better than Benton, 24-21. Acadiana, 24-10 winner over Ruston. General Trask, a big 52-0 winner over Vidalia. Bastrop, 40, Huntington, 22. Green Oaks defeats Loyola Prep, 38-24. Red River, 28, Winfield 7. Houghton, a 14-7 winner over Ouachita. Mendon 34, North DeSoto 27. Manny defeats Lakeview 47-6. And Haynesville 28, Arcadia 20.
Thank you much, Skip. That is our scores from North and Central Louisiana, Baton Rouge, as well as Acadiana. We'll get to North Shore here in just a bit. Anything stand out to you guys after kind of the first round of those scores?
Just double check for me. I know during the week, a lot of these teams reschedule where it's at St. Edmunds, Natchitoches Central. That might have been Opelousas Catholic, unless they rescheduled. So
I think Opelousas Opelousas Catholic. I think Coach David Semino was looking for a game next week against because Opelousas Catholic.
So it could be
canceled,
Natchitoches Central. All right,
so
good.
it could be.
That's one thing I have to apologize for.
It's gonna be that that kind of night. Yeah, St. Edmunds against Natchitoches Central was tonight.
Okay, good. All right.
It's going to be that kind of night, and a lot of locally, very Catholic High, of course, was at EA. That game's finished. Locally, we have really nothing. They got a lot of them starting back up. The biggest shocker to me tonight, two of them really over on the Lake North Shore, was Ponchatoula over Mandeville and Covington over St. Paul. That's two upsets because we all thought after last week that it would come down to St. Paul and Mandeville.
There's a young man playing receiver for Ponchatoula with the last name of Finley. I'd be wondering if he had a big game tonight, knowing there's some added motivation in the Finley family getting ready for tomorrow. But Mandeville had a stronghold so far in that district. They played Slidell last week in a game that last year I think Ponchatoula did win, or excuse me, Mandeville did win, but Slidell's owned that district the last 3 years or so in a row, Mandeville comes out strong. And if anyone was going to compete with them, it was probably going to be Ponchatoula because of the rest of the way, to be honest, that maybe St. Paul's, but from everything I had heard, this seemed to be a path for Mandeville. So that score does surprise me and makes it a little more competitive in 6-5A.
Everybody's going to beat up on everybody, it looks like. But one thing that Mandeville, they hadn't really played. When you look at their schedule, they hadn't really been tested, I guess you could say. They hadn't had to play a full game yet, I don't believe. And Ponchatoula coming in 2-1, they had a big win last week over North Shore. They had lost to Brother Martin 48-28. They'd beat Covington. So they'd played two quality teams anyway. But I'm still shocked by that. Jacoby Matthews, the junior quarterback for Ponchatoula, is one of the, if not the number one athlete in the country in recruiting for next year. Coach Hank Tierney has always been a veer offensive coach from back in the Shaw days, even at Ponchatoula. And then when he got T.J. Finley, they swapped to the spread just for him. I'm wondering, with him being this good of an athlete, if they went back to their roots of being a veer-type team.
I don't know, man. And that's kind of a good question because philosophy-wise, can you highlight your quarterback just as much in a spread offense as you could in a veer, do you think?
Well, as an athlete, you can. Yeah, you can. I mean,
because he can get you out on bad plays when you're dropping back.
But the thing is, though, now and this is what everybody's doing. They're taking their best athlete and they're putting him at a quartherback, and they're running zone reads. They're running RPOs.
Is that a situation in Central why he's?
Yes, they're running power reads. Those type things. And, quarterback powers and quarterback traps and different things like that. I mean, heck, you can run veer midline and that kind of stuff out of a shotgun also.
And I think it goes back from a coordinating position. It would be what I was more comfortable with, I guess. And probably Coach Tierney's more comfortable under the center than is,
right.
In the shotgun. I still think people need to be – I'll say this every week until people get tired of hearing it. You still need to get under the center at some particular point during a game. If it's 4th and inches, you got to do it. Last night, Woodlawn did it, and it was 4th and 1. They quarterback sneak went 40 yards for a touchdown.
Now, was Marcus and Eric both have always been a I-based team that's multiple. Are they still I, or are they in the shotgun most?
He's in the shotgun, but he'll go underneath. But he got in tight bunch, went underneath. But he's not in I.
Right.
Yeah.
I know the week before in Mandeville's game against Slidell, they had one back in particular that ran the ball, or at least they ran the ball 46 times for 263 yards. Devon Tott is capable of putting it in the air, and he's made very few mistakes. But to your point, as far as quarterbacks go, Coach, I understand where the game has changed. In this day and age, a lot of talk this week, leading up to this weekend, was the difference in quarterback play and what 7-on-7 and that you see quarterbacks playing. Yeah.
Okay.
In the shotgun, and you don't see. I can go back to 2 weeks ago when the Saints were trying to make a comeback. And one of the most crucial plays was Drew Brees under center, punching it in himself, from the 1 yard line. I feel like if you're limited as a player, and that's kind of what it almost seems everything gets dictated down, right? Everything from the pros to the college, and then now the high schools want to do it. But for the longest time for me, growing up in South Terrebonne, it was the wing T. Yep. Every team ran the wing T. And you've got schools like John Curtis that got a system that they just run until it's ingrained in you from 8th grade on. I don't know. It seems like you need that versatility, right?
But I think if it's not broke, you don't fix it in John Curtis's case, or you look at West Monroe. But the question was posed to me last night. It's a good question. You really don't see the spread game, the RPO game, as much in the NFL as you do in college and in high school. And it was why my answer was the athletes are that much better in the NFL from top to bottom. I don't know if that's the answer, though.
And also they're going to be stricter with getting downfield on the RPOs, where they're not so much strict on the offensive lineman getting downfield. But it's a fad. The RPO it's a fad, and the game changes, and people come out with new things. The defense will learn shortly how to stop it. One of the biggest things they'll do is they'll take the strong safety that usually would be coming. He'll start dropping back on the RPOs and things like that. You talk about getting under center with quarterbacks. Another thing, how many quarterbacks now call a play in the huddle? I mean, seriously, there are guys that show up to college every year who's never taken a snap under center, has never called a play in the huddle. And
LSU against Missouri got down where?
To the 1 yard
line. To the 1 yard line, and they didn't get under center. Now, I've been told that Miles Brennan hadn't been under center except for under who's before Ensminger?
Cam Cameron.
Cam Cameron. Of his whole career. I know he didn't in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So was that some of the reason you don't do that? I don't know, but that's a case in point where you kind of wonder when that doesn't work. Say this, as offensive coordinator, you have one play of 200 to choose from. If that one play don't work, the 199 will work for the rest of your life.
Well,
so I'm second guessing, but you kind of wonder.
In that situation, you look at your running back and you don't give him necessarily the momentum going into, right? I mean, is that kind of the idea of him getting that start? When you're in that situation, you don't have that.
He's going downhill?
The only reason that's questioned is because it didn't work. Because last year, it wasn't questioned at all because it worked every time. They scored from that, running the same plays. A big thing you were missing was Ingram on the offensive line there. But, when we talk quarterback play in high school, I think one thing that's lost is because of the RPOs and the things like that they're taking the best athlete, I think a lot of fundamentals are lost, coaching them in the summer, drills that are being done with them, reading coverages, identifying coverages, cover 2, cover 3, man free, quarter, half, whatever you want to call. I think that's becoming a lost art in the high school level.
That's not to lead into, or not trying to lead in, but I think that's one of the reasons I've gotten into trying to take quarterback lessons on the side, because I feel like that the fundamentals, anytime anything breaks down, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, you got to have a good set of core fundamentals to go back to. And, with this RPOs, I mean, if you're not getting your feet and shoulders pointed in the right direction, you're going to be in trouble. If you can't read a coverage, it's like with anything else. The more you know what that defense is going to do to you, the less likely they are to confuse you. So you've almost got to know, from a coordinator's perspective, I don't know why I was about to call you Dennis, but Jimmy and I would sit there and we would figure out what they would do in the run game. Like we knew when we lined up here, they were going to do that. And that's just a huge advantage. Same thing goes when you're throwing the football as well.
He's Todd Black along with Jimmy Roy, Cade Voisin here on this Week 4 edition of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. We'll take a time out. More scores to get to, more updates throughout the night. Some games still in progress. A busy night with lots of lightning delays and other postponements, but we'll get you updated when we return here on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
This was us 20 years ago. Since then, we've grown to over 200 employees. We've helped over 100,000 people purchase, build, renovate, or refinance over $17 billion in loans. We make the mortgage process easy and convenient. Apply online or at one of our local branches. If you're looking to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, go to gmfsmortgage.com to see how we can help change your life today.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
At Corval Toyota Annapolis, you can get into a 2020 Highlander for $4,500 off MSRP. That's right, $4,500 off MSRP. Hurry in, they won't last long. That's Corval Toyota Annapolis, Happy Town, USA.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
Catholic shuts out East Ascension 35-0. Central of Baton Rouge 14, Denham Springs 7. St. James a field goal better than Lutcher 17-14. Edie White 18, Donaldsonville 14. And East Feliciana and Port Allen postponed until tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Northeast and Dunham have been canceled. West Feliciana and Parkview have been rescheduled for tomorrow at 11 a.m.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Robridge shuts out Cecilia 6-0. Karen Crow over Turlings Catholic 28-10. Eunice is a touchdown better than Rain 27-20. Jennings 64, St. Louis Catholic 28. Church Point over Iota 21-15. Lake Charles College Prep 73, Westlake 0. St. Thomas More a 54-12 winner over Westgate. St. Edmund a point better than Natchitoches Central 35-34. And Lauraville and Catholic New Iberia rescheduled for 2 p.m. tomorrow.
All right, thanks so much to
real quick. Yep. When you say Dunham Northeast was canceled, it's canceled or postponed?
Randy said they weren't playing.
Okay.
Interesting. Both. Yep. I think Dunham needs to play that.
I would think both would want to play it.
Yep.
Another day, I don't know.
A game that was able to get underway and get complete is one that everyone looks forward to every single year, being St. James and Lutcher, and the Wildcats come out victorious. Coach Valdez joins us after a win over Lutcher tonight. Thanks for your time, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Oh, man, thank you, guys. I don't, I'm always usually raspy. I'm a little bit more than that. I don't have much of a voice, but, hey, it's always fun time with you guys.
Coach, when you look at the season, the way it's gone, and just being able to get that game underway, I know that probably means a whole lot for that town.
It does. It's crazy because for that moment in time, you can forget about everything that we've gone through in 2020 with COVID, with everything else. It was just good to line up and, St. James Parish, on center stage with Lutcher and their story program and the things that we're doing at St. James and, to come down and win it at the end in dramatic fashion. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Coach, talk about your quarterback, Marquel Bergeron. It's his first year starting. He's got some big shoes to fill. Talk about his progression and how he's grown from week 1 to week 4.
He's just been blowing the fire. This type of program that we don't have time to rebuild. We got to just reload real quick. And we only have 4 seniors on offense, and he's got to make the plays. And every game is a learning curve. He's going to see a lot of different things, and the more he plays, the better he gets. And that last drive that we had, and for him to just take that shot and throw that fade ball in the back corner, man, that was big time. Especially for a young guy.
Well, tell us a little bit how the game ended up. We're over here battling the storms and the lightning and trying to see who's playing, who's not playing. So we didn't have the opportunity to keep up with it as much as we would like.
We got a little tinkle, and we got lucky. So the rain kind of spared us a little bit. Typical St. James, Lutcher, we came out on fire. We scored a couple of times, got called back. Then we, had a lead. Then Lutcher came in and scored right before the half, got some momentum. And then in the second half, they took the lead 14-10. We had some mishaps and a couple of opportunities that we had that didn't go our way. But down the stretch, we took the last drive and just, drove it down and were able to get the touchdown and, get a 7. They missed a field goal at the end. And it was a little bit of pandemonium at the end, a lot of jubilation and all that. But it's just basically a typical St. James Lutcher rivalry.
I know the atmosphere was different, but it still had to be a special game to play in a special place.
This type of game, I'm glad. The best thing about this game is it's over because it's so I'm glad we got the win. But it's all week, especially we had the whole thing about the tickets and not enough, and then of course we get the notice yesterday at practice that we can go 50%. So it's another ticket scramble. My hats off go off to Coach Jenkins at Lutcher for them how they handle just hosting that type of a game. I don't know if we have stadiums big enough in Lutcher and St. James to accommodate the request for people that want to be a part of this. So. My hat goes off to them, and their kids play lights out, play with a lot of grit, play with a lot of heart, and that's what it takes, especially right now, for us to continue to improve. And we're 3-1, and just trying to get better. But it was just electric. That's how it always is. I don't think that it wouldn't be any other way.
Coach, I know you got a lot of respect for Coach Jenkins and the Lutcher program, obviously being right there next door to him. Basically, in the past, they've been known to throw the ball around a lot. They had a big run of good quarterbacks, receivers,
right.
And just looking at the stats, I haven't laid my eyes on them at all. They look to be more of a zone read type team, or power read. Is that what they're doing offensively now?
Man, they did zone read, power read, quarterback sweep, outside zone. They were. I think they may have thrown the ball no more than 5 times, maybe less. But they were very, very physical with their offensive line and with their quarterback and with Starks, the big running back. And it was just a challenge. It was a challenge. It was a very, very physical football game. And that's the difference in their program because Lutcher has always been known to wide open offenses and, a lot, getting the ball open places to a lot of people. But, this was a grind out type of old throwback type of game.
Coach and Jimmy and Cade, one of the things we always talk about, and nothing impresses me more than a coach changing his philosophy based on his talent, doing what's best for his talent, and that's what Coach Jenkins has done. And like you said, you got to take your hats off because we know he likes to throw the ball, but if his team's not built to do that, you got to do what's best, and he's recognized that.
And, they did a good job. But you know what? The thing, they're confident in what they're doing. The kids are confident in what they're doing. Like I said, our kids have to step up and have to kind of just withstand. And, thank God we got that guy, Savion Jones, because he made a couple of big plays down the stretch. But my hat goes off to them. You're coaching to the talent level that you have in the room, and they did a real good job. And, they're going to be good. They're going to be okay.
Well, we always got to say hello to Coach Levante.
Absolutely.
Man, I think he finally, for the first time ever in my life, must be tired or something. He's gone. I'm gonna record this. Like, man, I'm still sitting up here on the adrenaline rush. I think he was almost ready to pass out.
Well, Coach, we hope you can get some rest yourself. Congratulations on the win, and we look forward to our next opportunity to talk with you.
All right, thank you, guys. Stay safe, man.
All right, Coach.
Thank you.
Always a blast to talk to Coach Valdez. Good guy, man.
And Coach Levante, of course, he was the head coach here at Scotlandville and also under Coach Valdez, who's now under Coach Valdez at St. James, good friend of the show.
He came here with him and was a defensive coordinator and took over as the head coach and then went back home with Coach Valdez to be the defensive coordinator again. Does a good job.
We can check in with the Acadiana area when we get back if you would like.
Yes, absolutely. There's some big games. Some with teams traveling up to the top of the state. Before we get to a break, I want to honor our Musco Lighting Student Athlete of the Week. Coaches over at Central nominated Grant Dunn, offensive tackle from the Wildcats, with a 4.46 GPA. I'm reading that correctly.
Say that again.
4.46. So better than a 4.0. Better than better.
No, ours didn't equal that combined.
Top 5 of
I didn't have that much hair on my face until I was 35.
Jimmy might have.
I may not now.
Of 2021 senior class of 28 on his ACT. Coaches say he's an outstanding young man. A leader in the program, 2-year starter, has played extremely well. Hard worker in the classroom as well as on the field. With that GPA, he ranks in the top 5 of his senior class, an outstanding marksman, and has won several big competitions at that. Grant's finished first in his class at the last Louisiana State National Sporting Clay Association Championship. So, man, does a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And like I said, I went to that game, and we'll talk about it a little more. But Central did a class act tonight. They had these shirts. Todd, you can read it if people can see it.
Brotherhood, it's more than just a game.
And on the front side, it had Remy Hidalgo's number on it.
Yep.
Central pulled out a big old box and brought every player, coaching staff, trainers, everything. Everybody got a shirt from Central tonight. I thought that was a class act by Sid Edwards and his guys.
Tell you what, it goes to show that, on the field there's competition, but in this area, especially over there in the LP, there's a lot of support for one another. Just we've seen so many schools. We've seen what Scotlandville did earlier this year. Just nice gestures throughout the year. At Memorial last week, and I'm sure it's at many other stadiums. There's 77 in the end zone. Just incredible what this community's done. One of the great things to happen during a difficult football season. We'll take a timeout. We'll get a full scoreboard when we return. This is the Week 4 edition of the Lake After Hours Lake Urgent Care Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
This was us 20 years ago. Since then, we've grown to over 200 employees. We've helped over 100,000 people purchase, build, renovate, or refinance. Over $17 billion in loans. We make the mortgage process easy and convenient. Apply online or at one of our local branches. If you're looking to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, go to gmfsmortgage.com to see how we can help change your life today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
Catholic High shuts out East Ascension 35-0. Central Baton Rouge is a 14-7 winner over Denham Springs. St. James a field goal better than Lutcher, 17-14. Edie White 18, Donaldsonville 14. East Feliciana and Port Allen postponed until tomorrow at 1 p.m. Northeast and Dunham been postponed. West Feliciana and Parkview postponed to tomorrow at 11 a.m.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Breaux Bridge shuts out Cecilia 6-0. Karen Crow 28, Turlings Catholic 10. Eunice 27-20 winner over Rain. Jennings a 64-28 winner over St. Louis Catholic. Church Point 21, Iota 15. Lake Charles College Prep shuts out Westlake 73-0. St. Thomas More 54, Westgate 12. St. Edmund a point better than Natchitoches Central 35-34. And Lauraville and Catholic New Iberia tomorrow 2 o'clock.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Destrehan all over Terrebonne 63-7. De La Salle shuts out St. Charles 21-0. Hahnville a 64-35 winner over Thibodaux. Newman 48, St. Thomas Aquinas 0. Riverside over Southern Lab 41-26. Assumption 40, South Terrebonne 22. Warren Easton and Holy Cross play tomorrow night at 7. West St. John and Salmon tomorrow at 2 p.m. Country Day all over St. Martin 62-20. Chalmette a 41-12 win over West Jefferson. And Patterson and Berwick tomorrow 11 a.m.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Captain Shreve a field goal better than Benton 24-21. Acadiana 24, Ruston 10. General Trask shuts out Vidalia 52-0. Bastrop a 40-22 winner over Huntington. Green Oaks 38, Loyola Prep 24. Red River a 28-7 winner over Winfield. West Monroe 18-10 winner over Alexandria. Houghton touchdown better than Ouachita 14-7. Minden 34, North DeSoto 27. Manny 47, Lakeview 6. And Haynesville 28, Arcadia 20.
The North Shore Scoreboard, brightened by Musco Lighting.
Albany a 29-14 winner over Bogalusa. Covington defeats St. Paul's 23-7. Kentwood a 42-14 winner over Independence. Jules Sumner shuts out Laranger 40-0. Archbishop Hannon 35, Lakeshore 21. Ponchatoula field goal better than Mandeville 17-14. North Shore defeats Fontainebleau 24-17. Pearl River a 16-6 winner over Northlake Christian. Pope John Paul II 14, Haynes Academy 6. And Slidell 33, Hammond 14.
One real quick score from last night also, Livonia, a 23-7 winner over Beauchesne. Coach Josh Laborde getting another win over there for the Livonia Wildcats. I saw West Monroe was up. We don't have a final on that one, do we? I saw they were up 18-0, but big news for them was getting Peyton Todd back, the punter. He's also their middle linebacker, but he's the number one recruited punter in the country. He's committed to LSU. Kid can absolutely bomb it. Now, I don't know if he's playing a regular position or he's just punting, but to get him back, he can flip the field for you.
What final you were looking for, Jimmy?
West Monroe.
Last night I got 18-10. They did post a final over Alexandria.
And I'm watching Sterlington and Union Parish, and the way people are talking about this game in the comments, they don't have a score. I would think Sterlington's winning this game pretty handily.
They hadn't lost in that district since they moved up.
No, they haven't. And flags will fly. There were a lot of flags last night in that Woodlawn Dutchtown game. I thought maybe a little bit too many. I got a final 18-12 West Monroe.
Oh, 18-12.
Thanks to Hunter Bauer. Go Preps. We're going to get him on here one week.
He does a good job.
Yes, he does.
Need to follow him on Twitter.
Follow him on Twitter. Go to his website, gopreps.com.
We'll call an audible, and we'll add Ben Love to the top of next hour.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I had 10.
We're giving him all these accolades.
You're giving him a safety.
That's all right. He was probably in a hurry.
It's 2020, like you said.
18-10. That's all right, bud. We appreciate it anyway.
18-10. So there you go for the Rebels. Cade Voisin, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy just a couple minutes ago before our top of the hour break. Earlier tonight on our radio station side of things, Catholic High defeated East Ascension pretty handily. So Catholic, look, I look at that team. It's hard to say they're a true 1-2 team based on the schedule they played. Losing by a combined 5 points the last 2 weeks. They've played a tough row.
You think about Neville, Catholic High, John Curtis, all of them being 1-2 to start the year.
Evangel 0-4.
Yeah, Evangel 0-4.
They ain't gonna win. Ain't no way.
They may not win a game. Now I can give you a couple updates before we go off real quick to break. Central is up 30-14 over Denham Springs with about 4 minutes left. Scotland.
And that's in the game, 4 minutes left?
I believe so.
Okay.
Scotlandville is up 41-15 over Walker. That's in the fourth quarter. Zachary.
Probably only second quarter. Huh?
Zachary was up 28-0. Let's see. Yeah, that's the last I gave. 21-0 at the end of the first, 28-0 now.
Lots of games getting moved to either later tonight, some getting played tomorrow. We'll update you as those come through. Lightning, rain have caused become an added opponent to either rescheduling, COVID-19, or whatever. We're going to catch up with Ben Love in the next hour, our Acadiana correspondent, because there was a ton of games from that area we want to make sure we're up to date on. One of them involving a North Louisiana team and an Acadiana team. We'll take a break. This is the Week 4 edition of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
Hey, football fans, T-Bomb here, reminding you that Hooters is your headquarters for football. If you can't get in, they still got the Hooters girls, the TVs, the wings, the beer, everything you love about game day. But what if you're watching at your house? Maybe having some people over. You don't feel like cooking? Well, great. Hooters, they have your back. You download the Hooters app. You'll get a free app, and then you go and you pick up the food. You bring it home. Everybody loves you because you got Hooters wings, and game day, it's a match made in heaven. Download the app. Get Hooters to go. Hooters, your headquarters for football.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
$10,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford F-150. Buy a new one for less than a used one. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty, and with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. From the Jamborees to the Superdome, your source for the most up-to-date scores and stats is right here. Now, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and Cade Voisin.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Voisin, Todd Black, and Jim Roy as we roll into hour 2 of tonight's show. It's time for us to go and check in on the action in the Acadiana area of 103.7 The Game, and brought to us by Billy's Homemade Boudin and Cracklin.
Boy, I could use some right now. Ooh,
it'd be perfect for this
When's he
weekend.
gonna send us some? He's too busy hunting.
Fishing. You saw the fish he caught him last week?
That was a lie.
Oh. Ben, was that a lie?
I'm offended, Coach. That's a real bad, brother.
My bad.
Where'd he go fishing?
I told you we tried to get him. He was at his camp, though.
He had already dropped the line.
He ain't gonna tell you. He can't tell you his honey hole.
What'd you catch, Ben?
You dreaming if you think I'm dropping those coordinates, brother. You dreaming.
I didn't ask where you went. I asked what you caught.
Largemouth bass, sir.
Oh, okay. I'll send you some pictures.
Did you fillet him?
I did. Yeah, the fish fry is coming next week. Probably be a Halloween fish fry. You'll be invited.
Okay.
All
He'll
right.
let us know. He'll let us know November the 1st.
We'll take Mama Black's house trailer over there.
Oh.
Well, Ben, let's first start things off with the Acadiana North Louisiana matchup this week that features Acadiana hitting the road to take on Ruston and continuing to be impressive, the Wrecking Rams.
Yeah, it was 7-all at halftime. They played this ball game at Grambling's home stadium, and then Acadiana's offense started to explode. Omari Wiggins, 2 touchdowns late. They totaled 150 yards, so we had a couple of deep house calls. I'm going to say this on the show, and I'm not sure I've said it here yet. This Acadiana High defense is better than last year's. Right. Offensively, they're replacing a lot, right? 2 lead running backs, Keontae Williams, who's a dynamic quarterback. I think that Matt McCullough's group is still finding their foot, relatively speaking, on that side. But defensively, if there's a better team in the state on that side of the ball, I haven't seen them yet. I'm not saying they don't exist, but Acadiana High defensively is absolutely incredible right now. It's going to be hard to keep them out of the semis and the finals this year in Class 5A, I'd imagine.
Ben, you mentioned that, and they returned 8 guys on offense, if I'm not mistaken, but they lost their skill guys. They lost their quarterbacks. They lose their running backs. And as the season progresses, you're going to see those mesh points and those things get better, and you're going to start seeing some numbers being put up by Acadiana that you're familiar with offensively. But, hey, look,
Coach, by the way, not only do I agree with you, but I want to give them credit. They put up 42 at the half on Southside last week and decided to just sit on that number. So they still got it.
That's right.
The fastball's still there.
What was the final tonight?
24-10, I think it was.
I think it was 24-10, yeah.
And also, though, part of the reasons they hadn't put those numbers up, they've played Lafayette Christian, they've played John Curtis, and now they've played Ruston. The defense gave up, I think, 14 points a game last year, if I'm not mistaken. But like you said, 7 of those guys are returning. They're a year older. They're bigger. Ian Mont's on the back end. He's going to be a college baseball player, playing safety, running the show back there for them. They're really, really good, and I agree with you.
But Ben and Jimmy Cade, I'm going to tip my hat to Jared Ball. That dude has not backed down from no one in the last 2 years. He's taken on Rummel. He's taken on Acadiana. He's taking on whoever comes, but he's trying to get his guys to understand what it takes to be a state champion.
And also he's played Airline and Neville this year along with Acadiana. And then you got to remember, their bull back there, Catrevion Hargrove, who has offers from Florida State, Penn State, South Carolina, although he's been out since week 1. And I don't think he's back yet. I think their backup running back was DeAndre Griffin was supposed to be out tonight. So they're at their third or fourth guy. At the end of the year, don't be surprised to see Ruston and Acadiana meet again. I think those two and Zachary are 3 of the favorites overall in 5A.
How about
I
Karen?
completely agree.
How about Karen Crow? We saw a little video of the rainstorm. It was
brutal. And look, I learned a new term tonight. I'm not trying to be funny. I didn't realize that for a game to be postponed, that the Lightning had to be considered cloud to ground. Because I'm here to tell you, within milliseconds of that game kicking off at 7:55, I mean, you could see Lightning painting the sky from every which angle. So I said, how are they about to play football? But they did, because the Lightning wasn't cloud to ground. And so they played. It was a sloppy track.
It had to be somewhere, though, didn't it? Didn't Lightning cloud to ground somewhere?
Yeah, I guess not within 8 miles, maybe.
Maybe so.
It was going across the sky like that at the Central Zachary game before also. And
I'll tell you this, though. We ended up calling a great ball game. I didn't think it was going to be that close. It ended up 28-10. Karen Crow wins, but it was 10-7 Turlings at the half. Turlings recovered 2 squib kickoffs in the first half, and Karen Crow committed 10 penalties in the first half. So it's a reminder to a real legit 4A contender in Karen Crow that you can lose if you put it on the deck when you run the split back veer, but you can lose when you shoot yourself in the foot as well. They exploded late in the third quarter and never looked back, but it was a really competitive game for about 35 minutes.
And that'll give Coach Corville something to look at. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, since you were fishing last week and we couldn't ask you, Karen Crow, I do like the fish, man. I mean, come on. Look, Karen Crow, how do you think they will handle going from the hunter to the hunted, and how will they handle all the praise that's going to be thrown upon them?
I think so far they're handling it well. When they have their moments of imploding, it's internal, right? So it's not bowing at the pressure. I saw them go to West Monroe to start the season and not blink. And when I called these games 4 or 5 years ago, they had a few occasions where they played Warren Easton in the playoffs and a couple of heavy hitters, and you saw them flinch plenty. They look to be a team that likes doling out punishment and being the bully. So I like their chances of making a really deep run. But again, I say this all the time, there are levels to things. And so it's different when you get Carr, when you get Easton, when you get Neville. I think they'll have a chance of competing with those teams. The last 2 times they've gone to the state quarterfinals, those teams I just mentioned have wiped them off the map pretty good. I think this year could be different.
Ben's appearances each and every week brought to us by Boudin and Cracklin. But, Ben, I need my weekly popcorn update to know how well that running game's doing for the Bears.
Popcorn Prejean in the running game stalled out compared to usual tonight. I think Popcorn had 15 carries for about 58 yards. I'm telling you, the Turlings defense sold out against that split back veer and did it well. Kevin Falk's nephew, Tavian, threw a 50-yard touchdown pass in the third quarter that broke it open. So eventually, that old school running attack had to go to the air.
I saw a tweet that asked, they didn't think it rained at the open air Crow Dome.
Let me tell you, not only does it rain, but they just installed, all the schools in Lafayette Parish just got new tracks, the public schools. The track they installed left some real severe drainage problems. So trust me, not only does it rain, but it'll stick around for a while, too, if you don't have proper drainage.
He was probably out there throwing a spinnerbait.
I almost could throw a line in that type of water, man.
Ben Love of 103.7 The Game joins us each week to check in on Acadiana. Ben, we always appreciate your time here on the Scoreboard Show.
Have a great night.
Ben's appearance is brought to you by Billy's Homemade Boudin and Cracklin. Looking around the rest of Acadiana.
If I go through there, I'm going to stop us at the Scott exit. You get off
You can't miss it.
You get off the interstate, you go turn left, go over the interstate, and it's right there on your right in a little circle. I go there all the time. Every time I go through there.
You can eat in the store. Don't they have the little tables you can sit there and just kind of snap? They used to be able to. Maybe not.
I don't know if they have. I don't think they do.
You and I were going one Sunday over there to trade tape, believe it or not, back then. And we stopped somewhere and we got, but it was before Lafayette.
That was in Bro Bridge, I think we went to, right? I forget.
Oh, this wasn't Billy's.
No, that wasn't.
I would know Billy.
No, you would know Billy.
Oh, yeah. I have boudin balls in my freezer from the last trip I made because I bought like a dozen. It was like kind of eat over time throughout the football season. It's the ones that are stuffed with pepper jack cheese.
Yes.
They're really good.
Why don't you bring them up here?
I will. I got to cook them here. I got the oven at the house. I cook. You know what? Next week.
Does he know how to cook, Jimmy?
Oh,
green onion sausage. I know that from Chris's Specialty Meat.
That's right. If I can make it in the Instant Pot, it can be made. What else from the Lafayette area?
St. Thomas More just blew out Westgate. Westgate beat them last year. St. Thomas More 54-12. 2-3-0 teams. New Iberia, Lafayette, kind of a surprise. Postponed till tomorrow. Southside was beating Sulphur, but Sulphur is 30-something to 21. Sulphur's making a showing. You know, Coach Towery made a comment in the paper or something. It's really about just kids playing in the community right now. Also, BSN Sports, Scott Nilsson, our guy. He's
different looks, all three of us.
Hooks us up every year and best in the business.
Right now, he's trying to keep those balls dry out in Zachary. You know that.
I bet he is. Well, it ought to be. I guess the rain's out of there. It's 28-0 at the half, Zachary.
Yeah, bsnsports.com. Not only the gear, but also the equipment you'll need for your teams. And one of the best things that we have been able to utilize here on the show is the hats we got last year. Because I can tell you, that's one of the most comfortable hats I've ever worn. Whether it's
really
middle of the summer when it's hot because they breathe real good.
Ryan's got one.
If it's
what's that hat, Ryan, real quick? Oh God, it's giving me the dirty one.
Yeah, it is a really comfortable hat. It really is. It fits really well, and you can find it at BSN.
There we go.
Wear it high.
Yeah.
By the way, before we go to break, this is a great opportunity because every time you get in a situation where it's nasty weather out there, things do happen. Injuries do occur over the course of a season, and that's where the Friday Night Sports Injury Clinic comes into place over at 8080 Bluebonnet with a team at Brock. They're staffed every Friday night. And look, you can give them a call, head that way right after your game. If you want the peace of mind of finding out, is this something we're going to need to spend some time on this weekend? You know what? You'll be okay. Put some. If you want the opinion of the professionals, these are people LSU trusts. These are people that the professionals trust, Southern University trust. So I would say that your young men and young women would be in good hands with the team at Brock.
Well, the quicker you get it checked on and you know the possibility, I'm telling you, putting ice or doing whatever you need to do on it just tonight for tomorrow gets you that much further along to get back on the field for next Friday night.
When Jimmy blew out his shoulder last year trying to open up a beer?
That was his hammy.
Oh.
Hamstring.
Send him right over there. We'll take a time out. We'll get a full scoreboard when we return here on the Lake Urgent Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
Hammy.
This was us 20 years ago. Since then, we've grown to over 200 employees. We've helped over 100,000 people purchase, build, renovate, or refinance. Over $17 billion in loans. We make the mortgage process easy and convenient. Apply online or at one of our local branches. If you're looking to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, go to gmfsmortgage.com to see how we can help change your life today.
I can't tell you how many people tried to discourage me when I said, I'm opening up a haunted house. If you love doing something, don't let anything or anyone stand in your way.
How he comes up with this stuff in his head and designs it is mind-boggling.
Debbie and Home Bank understand my business and understand that it's not normal. They've worked with me since the beginning to help my business grow.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
Ascension 35-0. Catholic Point Capee and Sacred Heart are still in progress. Central of Baton Rouge 30. Denham Springs 22. St. James field goal better than Lutcher 17-14. Edie White 18. Donaldsonville 14. East Feliciana and Port Allen postponed until tomorrow. Dunham and Northeast postponed. Scotlandville Walker still in progress. St. John East Iberville still in progress, as is St. Michael and Plaquemine. Parkview and West Feliciana is postponed until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Zachary and Live Oak are still in progress.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Roe Bridge 6, Cecilia 0. Karen Crow 28-10 winner over Turlings Catholic. Eunice 27-20 winner over Rain. Jennings defeats St. Louis Catholic 64-28. Church Point's a 21-15 winner over Iota. Sulphur and Southside are still in progress. Lake Charles College Prep 73, Westlake 0. St. Thomas More 54-12 winner over Westgate. St. Edmund a point better than Natchitoches Central 35-34. Laurelville and Catholic New Iberia tomorrow at 2 p.m. Northwest shuts out Pine Prairie 21-0. And Franklin and West St. Mary have been postponed.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Destrehan a 63-7 winner over Terrebonne. De La Salle shuts out St. Charles 21-0. Hanville over Thibodaux 64-35. Newman blanks St. Thomas Aquinas 48-0. Riverside 41, Southern Lab 26. Assumption over South Terrebonne 40-22. Warren Easton and Holy Cross will play tomorrow at 7 p.m. West St. John and Salmon tomorrow at 2 p.m. South Lafourche defeats Vanderbilt Catholic 24-17. Country Day 62, St. Martin's 20. Chalmette a 41-12 winner over West Jefferson. And Patterson and Berwick tomorrow at 11 a.m.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Captain Shreve, field goal better than Benton, 24-21. Acadiana, 24-10 winner over Ruston. Union Parish defeats Sterlington, 35-14. General Trask blanks Vidalia, 52-0. Bastrop, a 40-22 winner over Huntington. Green Oaks defeats Loyola Prep, 38-24. Red River, a 28-7 winner over Winfield. West Monroe defeats Alexandria 18-10. Houghton 14, Ouachita 7. Menden's a 34-27 winner over North DeSoto. Manny defeats Lakeview 47-6. And Haynesville defeats Arcadia 28-20.
The North Shore Scoreboard, brightened by Musco Lighting.
Albany 29, Bogalusa 14. Covington a 23-7 winner over St. Paul. Kentwood's a 42-14 winner over Independence. Jules Sumner 40, Loranger Donut. Archbishop Hannon 35, Lakeshore 21. Ponchatoula defeats Mandeville 17-14. North Shore 24, Fontainebleau 17. Pearl River a 16-6 winner over North Lake Christian. Pope John Paul defeats Haynes Academy 14-6. And Slidell 33, Hammond 14.
Thank you to Skip and our team behind the scenes. We got Charlie, we got Ryan, we got Paul. Who's over there with Charlie as well? I want to make sure I give credit.
Will.
I always forget. My apologies, Will. Helping us get scores. The scores you see at the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube or CST, courtesy of the work they are doing back there. Let's go back and focus on North Louisiana. Adam Hunsucker, our good buddy at the News Star with the night off. So I want to catch up on some things we've seen from the North Louisiana area. We did mention Acadiana Ruston with Ben Love. So maybe next on the list, Union Parish 35, Sterlington 14, Coach Black.
I kind of misread those comments earlier. I thought that Sterlington was ahead in that. And as Jimmy mentioned, this is probably the first time Sterlington has lost in that district, and they'll end up seeing each other again. They're two strong teams, huge rivalry, not that far apart. And until tonight, Sterlington's always had their way with them.
Yeah, Sterlington won last year, 18-17. You remember they went for two with
not much time.
13 seconds left. They were 15-0 in that district since joining it in 2017, going for a four-peat. The last two meetings between those two teams had been decided by 2 points, so they've been close. The one that I want to check on, and we need to make sure we ask Adam Hunsucker about this next week. Union Parish has a young running back, a sophomore, Trey Holly, that has been phenomenal. He had 148 yards last week, 3 touchdowns, plus an 85-yard kickoff, and then against Ouachita, he had a 297-yard game. So if you're doing that against a 5A school, they say he's a legit guy. And I'd like to see a little bit, get a little more information on him.
What's interesting, too, and I know that Union Parish is a strong team, but I know Spatafor is typically a guy who likes spread. When I saw him on Facebook just a few minutes ago against Sterlington, they weren't in spread. They were in a veer, deep eye, West Monroe type look, old school look.
That's what they were. They used to be that, and if I'm not mistaken, they had a couple of receivers they got. You talking about coaches making changes, and their problem was big plays. They weren't able to hit them, and they started spreading the ball and spreading it out a little bit, trying to get this receiver more involved. I think they went back to that. I think Sterlington's back in the same thing in that 10-yard deep I formation with the tailback 10 yards and the fullback at 2 and running the veer offense.
Here's what's interesting about that. And we saw, Como do a little bit of this last year. Receivers have to be patient because if an offense is going to be effective, eventually they're going to have to bring another guy out of the secondary and put him in the box and leave you one-on-one. And you're going to get your shots out there at wide receiver. You've got to be patient because if one week somebody pounds and pounds and pounds, what are they going to do? They're going to, game plan to stop the running game.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to leave you one-on-one. But these receivers don't like the running game as much because it's not the spread. It's not the spread. It's not the
highlight
pretty
reel.
looking. Right.
Yeah.
But you're going to get your touches if you'll just be patient because the offense is going to require the defense to bring another guy down in the box.
I think that goes to maybe a bigger problem in sports altogether when you just talk about I'm not getting my touches, and then you pull yourself out of the team mentality in that sense. But, yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. I don't know if the score is significant, but General Trask started off hot this year, lost last week. They bounced back with a 52-0 win over Vidalia and remain at a nice 3-1 pace this year. Coming out the gates, Evangel certainly is not the team we thought or anybody would have thought at this point in this season, given their reputation. But hats off to General Trask being 3-1 so far this season.
And also West Monroe, 18-10 winner. Like we said, they got Peyton Todd back at least as the punter. You mentioned Coach Thomas Bachman in between segments, the head coach at Alexandria. Really went off on a Twitter video, or it was an interview with a news station actually, and it hit Twitter. And he just talked about the support, or better yet, the lack of support that the schools in the Rapides Parish gets. And
from administration?
From administration, from the superintendent, the school board, and those type things. And he really had a lot of good things to get. And it wasn't about his football team. It was about girls track and things like that, having to change in public restrooms to go out to compete and things like. I mean, it was really spot on, and I don't remember where it is on Twitter. I may have shared it. I don't know, but
yeah, you did.
It's really, really good to go back and listen to.
It just talks. Eddie Bonine said maybe back in 2016, when they were talking about expanding the split. He had made the comment that sometimes these schools need to look at themselves to figure out why athletes leave their school to go to other schools, and whatever that is, they might need to fix that.
That's right.
And I still agree with that.
Same thing with public-private or select, non-select. Look at yourself. What are you doing to fix it? Give me a reason to stay in the public school system instead of going to a private school.
Because if it's free, brother, I'm all for it.
You moved to Dutchtown for that.
Yep, absolutely I did. I think it's, that's as good a school system, I think. I mean, we moved out there because it was highly thought of. We've been out there for a long time, and, they've got a good superintendent. They've got great principals. All of those principals support their football teams, not their athletic teams, because they understand how big a part athletics is of the community out there. And if you got a superintendent and administration that understands that, you're on the right track.
Quick final, Scotlandville 54, Walker 15.
So Scotlandville
4-0.
Are they because they went up to Captain Shreve and won that game.
Captain
that was a
Shreve
big
beat
win.
Southern Lab last week, and
Lester's told us now. Look, Lester said some things before they were like Lester, but
Captain Shreve, St. Helena, and Southern Lab.
St. Helena.
But he's got things going in the right direction with his athletes. He talks about how good they are.
He's got he may have the best running back combination in the state. As far as a 1-2 punch with Marlon Gunn and Chance Williams. They're both juniors. Marlon Gunn's averaging 13.7 a carry going into tonight. Chance Williams, he's over 200 yards. Sophomore quarterback Shazavion T-Set, right at 500 yards in the first 3 games. He's a big left-handed kid that can throw it, but the running back duo may be the best pair in the state.
And speaking of good schools, I see you have Reggie King down there at wide receiver at a 4.4 GPA.
Yeah.
You know, they're a magnet for it's engineering. I was trying to say engineering. And Scotlandville is a quality school. And, you know, I know they're known predominantly for basketball. And that's kind of run some coaches out of there. But hopefully they'll stick with Lester. Coach Ricard does a good job. And, you know, you need to support all of them, you know, not just one. Support your football program, basketball, baseball, track, whatever else you got.
And they'll be competing in a Division I bracket that, look, I think they can be pretty competitive in this year.
Yeah. I think the select side is wide open. I think the Catholic League school is down this year, or they're not as good. You don't have a Rummel or a John Curtis of last year or the last few years in it. I still think Catholic High is the team to beat in that.
Brother
Martin's playing well.
Yep.
But you know they're going to start beating up on each other, and I think it's wide open. I thought going into the season, I thought Catholic High was the best, but now I don't know it. But there's not the dominant team. It's just the way it is.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I still don't like, and I'll say it till the cows come home, is that, you know, you've got St. Thomas More going to square off against De La Salle. St. Thomas More's got 1,100 kids maybe in their school. I'm just guessing.
Absolutely.
De La Salle has 300-400. You know, you've got to fix that. You got to fix that in select, non-select. They just threw that together because they were trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. It doesn't fit. You need to change it because it's not right for the kids. Simply, plain and simple. Change it.
Let's go ahead and go to break because Sid Edwards is texting me. He's available, ready to interview. So let's go to a break, and we'll get back to Coach Edwards after that.
We'll talk to the victorious head coach of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show Game of the Week when we return here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Auctioner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Auctioner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At GMFS Mortgage, thanks to you, we've been changing lives for over 21 years. So far this year, that includes providing thousands of meals for the homeless, donating and helping raise $125,000 for the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, feeding hundreds of police officers during the stay-at-home order, and feeding local nursing homes. So if you're ready to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, choose a local lender that's changing lives in our community. Choose GMFS Mortgage today.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Voisin, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy. Our cast of thousands behind the scenes: Ryan, Paul, Skip, Charlie, and Will, all behind the scenes helping make tonight's show possible.
But Charlie and Will are going to be playing a little Dutchtown baseball together as their senior year.
Are you ready for that? That's
no, man. It's been way too quick.
Well, you had the party last weekend, right? That was the other. Well, maybe that's post-show
I got
talk.
Video if you want to see it
After the show, I heard that was a blast. You guys did some painting and all kinds of stuff.
I could bring Charlie in here and we could fill you full of stuff that his mom made us do.
It's the kind of stuff you got to do, I guess, when you're a dad.
Yeah. Oh man, she has these exotic ideas, and we're the ones that have to produce them.
Good luck.
In 13 years, I guess I've got to realize at some particular point that that's the way it's going to be.
Two teams met for the 73rd time tonight. Central taking on Denham Springs, and it was the Wildcats to get the win over the Yellow Jackets. What did you call it, Jimmy, in the pregame show? It used to be called
the A-Meet River Bowl. I don't know if it's still that or not.
Wait, what was the wooden?
The wooden hippo last week.
Wooden hippo.
Yeah.
Coach Edwards, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win on the A-Meet River Bowl.
Oh, thank you. That's news I didn't know. Of course, I haven't been here 80 years, out in this rivalry, but been here long enough. I appreciate it.
That's what it used to be called.
You
Coach.
get a free tiki tube ride down the A-Meet.
Go ahead.
Well, Coach, it's kind of fitting. This series going in was 34-34-4, and now it's 35-34-4. But what was crazy, y'all Central had led by 8 points overall, and you get an 8-point win tonight.
I'll be doggone. Yeah, it's really uncanny when you look at it that long and how close the series is, much less the points. It's really cool.
Well, Coach, in the first half, I thought Pierce Patterson was outstanding, running hard. Offensive line opened up a big play for him, about a 45-yard gain down to the one. He punched it in right after that, go up 7-0. You get a turnover, or Denham Spring gets a turnover, and the only thing Ken Hilton's defense gave up was a 2-yard drive. Play stopped right before the half after a great drive of about 8 minutes, and I left at that point with it 7-7. How did it go from – I'm assuming y'all started back with the 40 seconds, no halftime, and just continued play. How did it go from that point?
That's correct. It was 2nd and goal from the 2, and they stuffed us up on that first play. Then on 3rd down, we punched it in. Of course, there was only, not much time left. in the half. So they got off one play, and then they had to kick to us. And we were 3 and out, but they got the ball back, and Davion Ormstead, who's just been outstanding, picked one off and took it to the house, a pick six. And it really juiced our guys up, and we were playing really well. And we had a chance to really put it away. We were up 30-7 with about 7 minutes to go in the game, and on the 1 yard line, and we failed to get in. And they put a 99-yard drive together, and and made a game of it. But that's kind of how it went, man. You always worry when you have that kind of delay.
Right.
How are they going to come out? Well, I've been doing this a long time, so I didn't go in there and sing Kumbaya to them or get mad. And they were just being kids. But, hell, me and Frank would go to Pizza Hut. But, it was so I don't stress about that no more, man. Hey, look, y'all chill out, and then when we get ready to go play, we go play.
Coach, I thought, having seen y'all for the first time, I thought your defensive backs, I thought your linebackers, Gabe Patterson and Richard Bethley, played well. And I thought Armstrong, number 2, if I'm not mistaken, he had 3 picks last week, a pick 6 tonight, and I thought they were fast and physical. I thought early in the game they set the tempo, and I was really impressed with that group.
They are a good group. And Davion, has gotten a lot of attention, collegiately. And, I even was saying, man, where can this guy go? But, man, he's been balling. And like I said, that was a big play, 14-7, the pick 6 tonight. And it was a great pick. It was a tough one. But, yeah, him, Richard, and that whole group, Gabe Patterson, and I can't call them all tonight, but they're playing well. Ken got those guys really flying to the ball.
Coach, as the second half of this 8-game season comes around the corner, what would you like to see happen a little bit better on the offensive side as well as the defensive side?
I think offensively, what concerns me is I feel we're disjointed. I think there is some sort of identity crisis with some stuff. And Zach Morris mostly does just a magnificent job. He's tremendous. But and Jimmy saw the first half. I don't know if you agree with me, Jimmy, but just a little disjointed. And, that first drive was a thing of beauty, but then we kind of, can't get going. So some consistency, offensively. And then defensively is just continuing to improve our front, improving in particular, and we got a lot of work to do in special teams as well. I think that's the biggest thing lacking.
Well, I think offensively, the first drive, like you said, was a good drive. I think you got it back the second drive. You had a 2nd and 2, and they tried to throw the ball down the field. I think you ended up getting a holding penalty, put them in a bad down and distance, didn't get
right.
it. And Zach being and then the long drive before half was an 8-minute drive where they had a couple penalties where they kept getting pushed back and they'd get the first. They'd get pushed back, get a first. And
right.
And I think one of the hardest things, and Todd and I talked about this earlier on the radio part, especially for a young offensive coordinator, is to learn to be patient. You don't have to score every play. It's okay to put together long drives. And I thought the second quarter or the second series, he got a little greedy trying to throw it when he didn't need to. But that last drive, I mean, he was real patient and put together a good drive. But, yeah, and that's your identity. Just be patient. The big plays will come.
Yeah, I agree. There's no doubt. And, you're trying to spread the ball around. You're trying to get people involved. And, people, after that Plaquemine game, people, started jamming that box up on us, and so you got to be able to complete some balls for sure. And we did. Jonathan hit, a beautiful touchdown pass in the second half and another for a long game, But here again, I think what's exciting is, we're 4 in and we got a lot of improvement to do. And, of course, you guys are very aware of what this league is like, I mean, it ain't no off night,
Coach, again, we mentioned this earlier. We showed it on TV. The shirts that you brought, we'll hold it up again, that y'all's team presented to the entire Denham Springs team, coaching staff. I thought that was a first-class act on your part. And, you know, the biggest thing I'd tell you about Sid Edwards is he's teaching a hell of a lot more than football out in Central. He's teaching you how to be a man, community involved. Just kids are lucky to be able to play for him.
Well, man, that means a lot coming from you, and I appreciate that very much. And, you know, and it's like I told the kids, you know, it's rivals, and, you know, and I don't know if there's a nastier one than the Denham rival, you know, it's a good one. But, you know, when that young man lost his life, we all lost one young man, not just Denham. As high school football coaches, you know, it's a nightmare. So that was the deal. We wanted to do something special, and we wanted them to have a memento, and, you know, it's the least we could do for that community as well as the parents of that young man, and know that our prayers will continue for them.
Right.
Coach,
Go. We can let him go, but I'm going to tell y'all another story about Sid. I don't even know if he wants me to share this one, but we had about an hour phone call yesterday, and I think yesterday he was talking about they played a team without saying who it was, showed up and after the game coming and asked, said, "Coach, do y'all have any food left in the concession stand? Our kids hadn't ate since this morning." And he said, "Well, what about your pregame meal?" He said, "Coach, we don't have a pregame meal. We can't afford that." So when Central played them in the next couple of years, Central fed the other team. They cooked them the exact same thing that they cooked and sent it to that school so those kids could have it.
This lets people know out there, anything you can ever donate to a high school, don't take for granted that they have big pockets, because they don't. If you can give them $50, when those kids come around and want you to buy a $20 card from them, it means the world to them. So think about that next time one of those kids comes to your front door and offers those $20 cards. It goes to a lot more than just football.
Right.
Coach Edwards, thanks so much for your time, and congratulations on the win.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sid.
I bought my fair share of World's Finest Chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'm glad. If they sold that, boy, you just buy that in handfuls.
Let's take a time out, and we'll be right back to wrap things up here on the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
Catholic Baton Rouge 35, East Ascension 0. Catholic Point Capede 28, Sacred Heart 22. Central of Baton Rouge 30, Denham Springs 22. St. James defeats Lutcher 17-14. Edie White 18, Donaldsonville 14. East Feliciana Port Allen postponed till tomorrow 1 p.m. Northeast and Dunham postponed. Scotlandville 54, Walker 15. East Iberville 62, St. John 20. St. Michael and Plaquemine postponed. West Feliciana and Parkview postponed to Saturday at 11. And with 10 minutes left to go in the game, Zachary 42, Live Oak 0.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Destrehan defeats Terrebonne 63-7. De La Salle blanks St. Charles 21-0. Hanville 64, Thibodaux 35. Newman shuts out St. Thomas Aquinas 48-0. Riverside defeats Southern Lab 41-26. Assumption 40, South Terrebonne 22. Warren Easton and Holy Cross playing Saturday at 7 p.m. West St. John and Salmon Saturday at 2 p.m. South Lafourche 24, Vanderbilt Catholic 17. Country Day 62, St. Martin's 20. Chalmette 41, West Jefferson 12. And Patterson and Berwick will be playing at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Also, we got a West Side score. West Side 70, Brookhaven 55.
Good thing they were able to get that in, considering the weather.
Yeah, a lot of those games.
They didn't have a lot of ground to lightning,
cloud
to ground lightning.
Yes. Looking around the New Orleans Bayou area before we get out of here, we did mention earlier as we were following that one, it was our lead up here on CST, De La Salle 21-0 over St. Charles. But if I'm looking around, Destrehan getting that win over Terrebonne 63-7. Newman continues to roll, and I didn't expect him to have much trouble against St. Thomas Aquinas, but in 2 weeks they do play St. Charles Catholic, so I'm interested in seeing what that defense will do against Arch Manning. He's been able to spread it out amongst a lot of his receivers, so we'll see.
That will be a good one. Two evenly matched teams, two well-coached teams. I just give the edge to Newman because of the quarterback situation there. They're a little more multiple.
They say he plays a lot more physical than you would think. I mean, I guess because
he's more athletic.
Yeah, and he's not afraid at Arch.
Yeah, he's more athletic. Another big one down
compared to seeing his probably soft uncle and dad, or probably does play a little bit more physical.
Hanville, a big winner. Coach Lequette down in the Bayou
How about
area.
That, yeah.
Bounces back over Thibodaux 64-35. Look, Montville's been putting up some points, but the problem is their defense has to figure something out. They went into tonight allowing 39 points a game in their 2 district games. They give up 35 tonight. They're going to have to fix some things on the defensive side of the football.
No comment.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, they're scoring tons of points. They're putting them up, and, you know, you can't keep giving up. You're not going to play championship football giving up 30-something points a game.
You know, speaking of Dutchtown, too, you know, they lost to St. Paul's early on, but they seem to have got things in gear after that. You know, they're playing pretty well, too.
Yeah, and again, St. Paul goes down to Covington, and again, Ponchatoula upsets Mandeville.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest one on the North Shore tonight, that upset. Not that Ponchatoula wasn't capable of winning, but the idea that they did beat Mandeville, who to this point was looking at a fairly shoe-in to capture 6-5A, but now at least a share of it, so we'll see how the rest of the season plays out in that area. Just less than a minute to go.
We were going to get Cade a haircut tonight on air, but he wouldn't let us do it.
They showed what he looked like. Look, what? What? Look, don't go nowhere. Skip.
Oh, no. It's not good. It's not good.
Trying to see if we can get an update real quick. Oh, Central Private
Big up, yeah.
wins
Up big.
over Ascension Christian 35-7. We're trying to see if we can get a Southside Sulphur score final. Still nothing yet.
All right, well, we will wrap things up. Find everything that you missed on demand at 1045ESPN.com. For Todd and Jimmy and Skip and Paul and Ryan and Will and Charlie, we'll see you next week.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not 1 but 2 NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Peyton was awesome the whole time, like so friendly, you know, very quick to just come up, like let me know if there's anything you need, and just really make you feel like you're taking care